Have you ever wondered who creates the brain of your computer to do all the cool things that it can do? Today, you're going to meet someone who does. This is Jolene Begay. She is an engineer at Intel. Jolene is working with the team to develop a brand new microprocessor, which is basically the brain of a computer, a smartphone, tablet, laptop, and video game. The world depends on engineers to build things that make our lives better. Jolene's road to becoming an engineer wasn't an easy one, but with the help of many others, she's now an engineer developing microprocessors. Jolene grew up on the Navajo reservation with lots of beautiful nature and a supportive family, but without some comforts that many kids enjoy. Jolene enjoyed spending a lot of time with her wise and strong grandmother, who lived in a small town with no running water nor electricity. She collected wood for heat and fed and cared for her grandmother's loved cattle and sheep. Jolene learned the joy and satisfaction of hard work. When she was in 6th grade, Jolene's teacher introduced her to a computer for the very first time. She became curious about how it worked. From that day on, she was determined to figure out how computers work. In high school, however, Jolene almost gave up her dream when she struggled with her Algebra 2 math class. She felt like she wasn't good enough and that she didn't fit in. Jolene's mom guided her to get help from her teacher, who was happy to help her understand. She became more confident and started to believe that she could be a good math student. Over the years, math ended up being one of Jolene's favorite subjects. Growing up on the Navajo reservation, most kids and educators looked just like her. It was shocking and difficult for her when she moved away from her home to the big city. She saw fewer people who looked like herself and more people who didn't. Again, she had to overcome the idea that she didn't belong. She felt so uncomfortable and out of place. There were few females in her college computer courses and very few Native Americans. She said what helped the most was that she learned how to ask for help.
I learned along the way that, again, if you ask for help, many people will step up and help you, no matter what you look like, how smart you are, how quiet you are. They will help if you ask for help. And so that, I think, for me was the biggest challenges of even going to my professor, right? Going to my own professor and saying, I don't understand this. Can you explain it a little bit more? And they were more than willing to do it, set time aside for me and them on an individual basis, and give me a little bit more guidance on the questions I had. So I think at that moment is when I realized, okay, I need to be comfortable with asking for help from professors, even when, I was afraid to.
Mm-hmm. Today, Jolene is the only female and the only Native American on her team of 7 engineers. Because Jolene was curious and she worked hard and she asked others for help, she now enjoys the important job of developing a brand new microprocessor. Maybe it will be the microprocessor that will make learning math easier, or maybe it will be the microprocessor that makes self-driving cars run.